Escaping from addiction is incredibly difficult, and I think that the start of that is that there is actually any hope. I really believe that people who have the opportunity to start to believe there is a possibility of getting out of where they are, there has to be that impetus though of being able to see a way out. So many people try to get clean because they're pushed by people outside of them, or because they're expected to, and unless they themselves are actually committed to it and actually believe that it is possible, then it won't happen.
We're powerless over our addiction and we have to reach out to others that can help us on that. On our own, it's not something that we can achieve, and I think that our mental stability is at such a low ebb that we don't have the capacity or the ability to personally overcome it. It is something we have to learn to reach out, and we have to learn that others are there that have either gone through the same thing or have expertise in certain areas that are going to help us put together a package almost to get us back into to escape addiction and get us back into to society.
To escape from addiction, you have to just have hit rock bottom and decide that's it, I've had enough, I'm going to get out of this big black pit, and seek help and just be very, very strong.
To escape addiction for me was to find the best treatment for me, either rehab, detox, find good support network, family, friends. Yeah.
For me personally, I reached a point where I could not continue. So there was a determination to somehow make life better. And support, finding a support group that helped fulfill those needs and changing myself from the inside out, everything, changing my attitude, my routine, everything.
What people can expect from recovery is a total turnaround in their lives. It's a change of mental state, it's a change of lifestyle, and what you can expect is to come through, once you're on the journey of recovery, you will see yourself become a different person. Other people around you will see you become a changed person. And I've never seen anyone go into recovery and come out of it worse than before this journey started.
From recovery, you can expect in time, over a gradual period of time, to feel amazing, to feel better in your head, better physically, and just life just takes on a completely different meaning.
To find a freedom from alcohol, to find a better life, sense of worth, new friends, new relationships, get my family back.
Recovery gives you hope again, and being able to live a normal life and happiness, freedom.
The difficulties are really, in recovery, the difficulties are mainly your own difficulties. It's coming to terms with the changes you're going to have to make. It's coming to terms with the way that you're going to change physically and mentally.
The difficulties you can face can be a lot. There can be people can try and make you want to drink. You can be tempted. Something bad might happen in your life, and whereas in the past you always resorted to drink, now you have to find other ways of coping with it.
Difficulties you face in recovery is living your life sober, gaining trust, respect, understanding, confidentiality, anything like that, just gaining people's trust again.
Change is the hardest thing. I think it's the most difficult, because obviously you you're used to living a certain lifestyle and thinking a certain way for however many years you've been in an addiction. So the hardest thing is to change everything.
Escaping from addiction, the difficulties that come through are myriad. For a lot of people, they've created so many situations during their addiction that those come crashing in. Mind you, they might well have already been crashing in their addiction, but suddenly when you're actually able to face up to them, they suddenly seem just insurmountable. Breakdown in relationships, health. In other words, life suddenly starts actually meaning something, and when you actually start to care about life around you, then you're more scared of losing it, and therefore it becomes a more difficult process to actually deal with it there and then. Not impossible, because you're no longer in addiction, but it just seems that everything initially just comes home to roost.
There's a lot of things that can help you get through addiction, to help you move away from addiction, to move into recovery. The main thing is personal. The main thing has got to come from within, and that desire to want to change, that desire to want to come through addiction.
To get through giving up an addiction, you need a lot of support. Attending groups is a great help, and support from family and friends, and just people reassuring you all the time that you're doing the right thing and you're looking good and you're looking better. Also, sleeping better, much better sleep, appetite comes back. There's no minuses towards stopping being an addict.
aspire2be helps get me through. Friends, relationships, and it's like a big support network. aspire2be's got me through. I wouldn't have managed to get through it without aspire2be.
The kind of things that get me through are regular attendance at support groups, a strong support network, and lessons learned from the time I've spent in recovery. You know, putting those things that you learn into action.
What helps you get through in recovery? Lots of things. Obviously, the groups themselves, the Aspire groups, recovery groups, where it's essentially group therapy. And without that, certainly I wouldn't have found a way through it. I think having people around you, having support. So often in full addiction, you've lost so many of the support networks that most people have. You know, family, friends, partners. Whereas when you come into recovery and realise that actually you can gain those back, but it does take time, and that's where things like Aspire make such a huge difference, because you start to build those networks.
The main help really is other addicts, other people around you that have gone through the same journey, have gone through the same situation, and can empathise with what you're going through yourself. Because we're powerless over this addiction, it needs to be done on a basis where there's a lot of other input coming in from other people as well, and we have to learn to accept that what they're telling us is going to help us.